Absolute Bet. Made for live betting.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible. Anything is possible! You still always a monster, Tom!
Time for some cash money on the second map. We do, of course, have AVANGAR up against GODSENT. GODSENT taking the first victory. Their map pick, though, and, you know, pretty close game, all things considered, but we kind of expected that result.
Yeah, I guess we were both leaning towards GODSENT, but we wouldn't be surprised if this ended up with 3 maps going all the way. And going into cash, that still kind of where I'm leaning towards as well. Then again, I haven't been able to see too much of either sides, really, you know, leading up to this, but with how AVANGAR has been playing just in general, the fact that we're even able to make it to the finals of the Adrenaline Cyber Cup, for instance, that's a sign of strength. They dominated, for instance, SK on Cash.
That is true. I didn't think of that. Yeah, good point. And again, like while this is a fairly simple map to plug in and play, in terms of GODSENT, you know, not necessarily having to have this as their pocket pick to be able to, you know, put up a good fight. I'm sure AVANGAR are going to be confident that they can bring this to a third and make this a real series here. Because, of course, you know, to go 2-1 as one of the, again, bigger underdogs in this event for both these teams, massive. Really, would be, really nice story, really nice chance to get out of the groups as well, because, again, then they have 2 more lifelines. Yeah,
and I mean, even if either of these teams were to end the tournament at 2-3, not make it to playoffs, that's still a tournament you can look back on as like, yeah, they were competitive. And I think that's the kind of next step for these teams, considering where they've been, right? AVANGAR, they came out of nowhere, had obviously the crazy run for the major qualifiers, but after that, they haven't necessarily been to too many tournaments. No. And they've been going back to playing the same kind of oppositions that they did pre-major qualifier. So the fact that they were able to show up at the few events they were able to go to and qualify for, that they actually can compete with the better teams that they go up against is a big step in the right direction. And I think it does a lot for their confidence as well, instead of just being one of those teams that go out 0-3, didn't really stand a chance, didn't really get to do or showcase what you've practiced. I think that makes a big difference. But it's going to be interesting to see how this pans out. Knife is going to be underway. And, I guess what remains to be seen. We've seen actually very different caches or games on cache so far in this tournament. We've seen the classic cache games where both sides dominate the T side, nobody can get anything done on CT side, and then you have the Renegades Gambit one where they were doing everything on the CT side and nobody could actually play T, which is a bit of an oddity. So going to be cool to see what these 2 teams can actually offer up.
I'm very excited here, and it will be the side of GODSENT to get the choice on start. See, I like it when teams pick T-side on this map, because I think it's T-sided.
Yeah, I know, it definitely is. It's just very like strange.
I feel like most people like to get the CT side out of the way. I feel. I don't know why. I don't know why it is. Maybe maybe
like
momentum.
We want to get pummeled a bit.
Yeah, maybe momentum, right? Because you know the CT side, like it. While it's really hard because, again, I'm not a player, so it's hard to resonate. But, like, if you're going to pull a comeback, I feel like it's easier to pull them on T side because if you go into it confidently, you know, you start things off, you control the pace, you can kind of.
It's kind of you know how Nuke used to play out. Like if you got your 4 rounds on T side of Nuke, it's like it's over and done with. We've done our part. We can go into the CT side expecting to get at least double figures. That kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Right. Like you feel more confident in doing that than potentially messing up a little bit on your CT side. And I mean, like like damn, we only got 10 rounds on our CT side. Like we're so screwed.
Either way.
Yeah, but I think it's more team dependent than so, but I think on an average day it should be T favored, and we see AVANGAR being the ones to start on the T side. So GODSENT actually opts for CT. And
a retake setup on A as well. It's just Freddie B here, so AVANGAR, the perfect play to get past this setup. If we can get a kill from the CT side before the bomb goes down, that would make things far easier for the retake, but it seems like Freddie B has been smoked off and out of this round. And already, look at the wrap from AVANGAR. They've moved a player out into Squeaky. We've got a guy on back main. So maybe AVANGAR goes for a late flank here.
The weird thing here is that GODSENT do set up for retake, and they do have the diffuse kit at least on Brawl, and that's going to be helpful. But usually in these kind of situations, it's so beneficial to have a Molotov. But yeah, if you can win your duels like this, it doesn't really matter, does it? James finally finds one reply. Demonsic joins in as well with Roland. It's not done yet. Twist having a bit of an extended battle in main. Is somehow going to win it out eventually as well. But Buster, meanwhile, from Quad, has found 2 of his own. And that puts Twist under time pressure. And Buster's going to close out the round. He had a very good overpass game, actually. Gets off to a brilliant start on Cash as well.
Very messy retake though for GODSENT. Having a 5v3 almost instantaneously and still not being able to group up and close that one out.
Yeah.
Bit of a shame to see there, but good start from AVANGAR. Exactly what they needed again after being a map down in this series.
Definitely true.
Rifles up into the second round. We do, of course, have that force from GODSENT to be expected here. Twist not saving for the AWP though. He's just pulling in the big old CZ into that second round with the armor. And 3 players on the A site for GODSENT, so bolstering the defense a little bit here. No one in mid, and nice read from AVANGAR. They're just going to go straight in. Already 2 rounds in, and both of their pushes have been pretty perfect. An A play when GODSENT are on retake, giving away the site, and now mid play when GODSENT have stacked everyone up on bomb sites.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple of GODSENT players eking their way forward. Oh, Freddy's actually going to get a bit of a fadeaway shot onto Dame. That's nice. But again, as you mentioned, mid is still open, but AVANGAR doesn't really fully commit to anything at all. Actually moving slowly towards A main here with the majority of their squad. Still having 1 guy boosted up. But there is a decent defense here already. Disco's still in an aggressive position. This is something Kristen might not be expecting. Oh, Disco with his eyes turned.
Yeah,
this is going to follow up on Freddy as well. So that defense that they had gone.
These rotations very, very late for GODSENT though. Barely even made it to the car. AVANGAR, to be fair, are taking but now GODSENT have to do some serious damage to come back from this deficit. We have so many AKs left up, but Twist does get a 1-for-1. However, again, at a man disadvantage, it's not going to be enough. The Scout missing its opening duel, and the second one as well will not be successful. Pampers is last alive here for GODSENT, and he'll join them in the grave. AVANGAR 2-0. Good stuff so far, and now it's the full eco.
They do take their time getting onto the bomb site, but that's down to the fact that they want to use the utility, not necessarily run into a stack, even though it does allow for GODSENT to rotate over. But I think it's better to have that kind of an approach a lot of the time when you haven't really gained any map control. You don't have any inkling as to what GODSENT are doing. All you know is that Doppelin was playing aggro towards the squeaky door area, and you had Freddy B on site. But outside of that, it's just rather play it safe than be sorry. And GODSENT on a bit of a train towards the bomb site. They're going to run into Kristen. He's going to find a nice little pivot kill there. Might be able to add to that, but Twist is going to shut him down.
GODSENT have been getting really unlucky with everywhere they go. They're getting completely avoided by AVANGAR. Oh, all right, Twist. Save that gun, why don't you? Or get a couple of exits at the very least. Take away some weapons.
Holding onto an AK into the first Byron. Not a bad go of it. So let's question how interested AVANGAR are actually going to be to hunt after this as well. They know that GODSENT aren't going to be able to buy up in the next round anyway, so James jumps past. Twist is actually kind of locked in here. He's going to need some help from Freddy, I think. Well, actually, maybe not. Immediate headshot onto Kicker. Might not be expecting James, but taking substantial damage here on the side of AVANGAR. There we go. Twist might not be able to hold on to the AK. Freddy with the AK himself. Is Buster going to be able to find it before time runs out? He will, but 4 players lost on AVANGAR, though. That's a great job from GODSENT.
And there was a lot of rifles as well. There wasn't just like, 3-4 SMGs. That was majority
AKs.
AK buys. So actually a really effective round from GODSENT, considering they didn't actually spend anything into it.
Especially with how it started as well. Kristen getting a triple kill. You think like, well, that was it. They missed the bomb side. Everything's gone wrong. But yeah, they managed to keep them honest here.
That now means that GODSENT can actually reset AVANGAR after only 1 buy round here. If they win this first CT round, they have the AWP to do it as well. AVANGAR are going to have to force it. They'll be on a bit of a mixed bag of apples, or whatever your bag is full of.
It's going to be apples and oranges.
Yeah, but
Trade comes in. Kickert opens things up on Freddy. And well, there's James from Squeaky. Finds Doppler, tries to rotate into a new position. And only Twist left in the corner with an op. He can't really scope here without giving out up his position as well. Oh, misses the first shot too.
Does follow up though, and there's a trade straight back from Kristen, so it keeps it alive for AVANGAR, but Hampus is going to lock down that mid split. Maybe coming a little early from Buster, who could have played the post plant instead, giving up this man advantage and now making the retake viable. Brolin's going to get flashed in. More blinded, but he sees the shadow as a jump comes in for Chris, and it's just James left, but he had a great previous map and starts it off well with a tag. Pistol out and frag in. Brolin's on the bomb, but there's a smoke, so that Molotov will achieve nothing. I thought so, but it's going to spread, and Brolin will stick it. James almost saved that with a no-scope.
Yeah, nearly had it. And unfortunately for James, he's going to go down after the round is over as well. And he talked about this reset. They do get the bomb plant. And that could be the big game changer, really, for AVANGAR. Remains to be seen if they want to commit to this or not. They did go for a couple of wonky buys, and well, this is going to be no different. Continuing the trend from overpass, don't really have too much utility, so it's going to be tough to take places like mid, for instance. They don't have all the Molotovs in the world. They do have 4 smokes, though.
Boost up and vents as well from Hampus. He had that in the previous round. Again, James opening up. His T-side AWPing continues to be dangerous up against GODSENT. He might be able to see the legs as well. He does. Hampus tagged down to 20. He's got to get the hell out of there, but they're also in middle. They can split him. Somehow Demastic getting caught by Hampus, but in the meantime, the B site has been covered up by AVANGAR. With the bomb about to go down and the smoke cutting off these rotations, Kickert will do the same. Hampus, who was already tagged up, is finished. Now 3 players up for GODSENT for this retake. Even though the bomb plant is very, very late, considering they have the site for about 20 seconds, it doesn't really make a difference because GODSENT not really able to retake this.
Oh, this is going to be a bit too tough. 1 diffuse get onto Brolin. Like, they have to find an immediate pick from this point on if they want to go for it. Oh, he's using all his utility, but it's not really going to do a whole lot here. Ooh, in they go.
Push in. James not going to hit the shot, but Buster does with the other AWP. And with that, just in an instant, the round is over. There's no way GODSENT can keep going in. They won't spot the last save from Freddy, so he may get an exit and upgrade to an AK, but, I mean, that's a max here. That's all he can really get.
That felt like
avoided him.
Yeah, felt like a bit of a too optimistic attempt at a retake there. Lost so much control over the bomb, so it didn't even whittle your opponents down all that much before they got that far. So probably would have been better to hold on to those 3 weapons from the get-go. In any case, though, they experienced the reset on AVANGAR in a similar fashion as to how the first map started out. Just kind of role reversal. They get the chance to start off their map in a great fashion.
Yeah, and forcing, like, the fact that GODSENT force here, obviously they got reset, so it makes sense, but the fact that GODSENT force here is just further reason as to why they should have saved it, at least in that 3-on-4, because then they would have had a pretty decent buy, all things considered. But now they're forcing with just 1 saved rifle and 4 pistols.
Look at this. Already a lot of aggression coming out from the GODSENT players. They've got Brolin into Toxic Room or Sunroom. So he's going to be posted up there. That allows them to just bail completely out on the B bomb side and stack up over towards mid and A. And that's where the majority, well, the entirety of the AVANGAR team is posted up as of right now. AVANGAR did the similar thing, though, when they knew they were up against an eco. They might be expecting an eco, or at least a not optimal buy coming out from GODSENT. They did the exact same thing, just posting up very passively over towards A and mid.
Flash through, not going to work. Kristen gets 1, kick it with the other, and that is a lockdown of main. AVANGAR, they give it away, GODSENT pretty sure now that this is going to be an A-side attack, but that won't really matter because, again, they have such limitations with this weaponry. Good flashbangs, not good flashbangs, actually. They're blind Sick, and he gets dinked as well as the second player. Jane tagged up. Luckily, the players with high HP move in for the kills, that being Krizen and Kickert. Although, while Krizen's traded, Brolin's the last alive, so another save coming through.
Could have gotten very ugly, actually, if somebody just sneezes at either James or Dimasic in that situation. All of a sudden, we're in equal numbers. GODSENT having a chance to stem the tide. Brolin probably going to be much more aggressive with his backstab as well. I have to consider, while all that was happening, you know, they had Kickert not necessarily being too much part of the actual take. After finding the first frags, you know, he was posted up in mid, so yeah, that could have swung pretty quickly in the favor of GODSENT. But AVANGAR hold on. They're going to be able to survive with 4 players too. So much needed economy in the books for them. GODSENT, it's back to the drawing board. They're going to have to eco up now.
Yeah, I feel like this entire first 6 rounds has just been economy management gone wrong for GODSENT. They've not had a very good chance. Of course, a lot of that is just down to them losing 5 rounds.
Yeah,
there's only so much you can do there.
Yeah, that, like getting the reset when AVANGAR goes for this wonky buy with 2 rifles and op and ZZ and UMPs, that kind of stuff. When you lose those kind of rounds, that's going to be a big swing for you. Now they're just going to have to go out with USPs. Brolin did save his ZZ and like Kevlar, but chances of him doing massive difference in this game is not too likely. And AVANGAR, they're going to go directly towards that A-bomb site. Nades being thrown out, clearing all the angles, going about their day. They're going to run into Disco Dolphin, though. He finds a gap in the smoke. Buster meets his demise, but it's eventually traded. Still no massive damage done.
Ooh, careful, though. Krizen dinked. There's no reason for AVANGAR to take these fights when they have the round pretty much guaranteed at this point. James desperately trying to get the AK off him. I've got health, I'll peek. Although, to be honest, I'd rather have the MAC-10 if I was on full health, just so I could run and chase them down. I mean, obviously it makes sense given the higher HP player, the better gun. But you may as well chase if you have a MAC-10 here, because to be honest, if I'm AVANGAR, I want to upgrade that next round. And Krizen has done that.
I think Jay's going to... Yeah, there we go. Gotten rid of the MAC-10. Yeah, the exits are working out for GODSENT so far.
It's only 1 player squeaky. Oh my god.
That's a lot of damage done there. Only 1 player surviving on the side of AVANGAR, and Hampus is still alive for himself. Doesn't actually find a weapon, though. That's a bit unfortunate. Holds onto his USP, I guess, and saves his stats from 1 extra death.
It's the little things that count.
Exactly. And the long term always builds up to something, but AVANGAR, again, they won enough rounds in a row to the point where they're not going to get reset, even if they were to lose this following round.
The Stopman got a spawn because we have him on the AWP this time. He didn't have a... He's going A. A's not off spawn. He's going to play car, so...
Probably going to have a solo defender on A then.
Interesting. Twist not playing with that. Jame, bit of a run boost, but the smoke is down.
Stopman's actually put down a smoke in A main that actually gives him a gap.
Oh, yeah?
So, probably have... thought this well through with a solo man setup, and in we go towards B. AVANGAR just brawling through. Not gonna actually get in towards the bomb set though. Hampus doing a good job fending people off after that initial kill from Brolin. Now the jig is kind of up.
Ooh, good flashbangs though. Buster's caught in the back of the fence. Almost a team kill there. Hampus careful. As Twist tries to get vengeance, he does kill Quicket in the very least, but in the meantime they run back towards A. Only for Doppler to be at the back lines. With no smoke for the cross, he lines them up. 1 frag to Jame, dropping the AWP at the T side, but Dimasic is avoiding him by going through the door. Damage, but not enough. Freddy B finishes it off, and finally GODSENT, a clean round, no deaths. That's good for the money. And again, considering how much damage they've been doing on these ecos, it's not like AVANGAR can continue to buy up for many rounds here.
No, this would be the final round. They would be able to buy up. Again, not getting a bomb plant either. That hurts them. They will have that op on Jame though, and he's been able to find a lot of openings so far into this game. So still an opportunity. This is still a much better buy than what they managed to reset GODSENT on the last time around.
Ooh, I like those nades. Not going to do anything though. If anyone went for the early boost, they would certainly be pretty low, as the AWP tries to do.
A lot more movement initially now from AVANGAR. Oh! That does not...
Delicious.
That shouldn't be possible. But he makes it happen anyway. Unfortunately for James, though, after an heroic effort to find Freddy, GODSENT respond with 2 of their own.
Man advantage now for the side of GODSENT. James spots him. Oh, doesn't go back in for the repeat. That would have been dangerous, but he does go for the jump shot. That's optimistic.
Full on YOLO.
Oh, Doppler, though. He's got 2 with the AWP already. Third one spotted. No need to peek because he gets tagged up, and the Molotov comes in, but he escapes with the help of a flashbang, fully blinding Krisen. And look at this flanking patrol. Twist is on the back lines, locking it down, and he doesn't even need to push. It's 3 players on A. He's going to do it anyway. Goes for the fight, and that will be fine. Double AWP as well.
Yeah, double up now.
I'm a fan.
Doppler doing really well for himself. I think James, after hitting that first shot, feeling like I can do no wrong at this point.
I am the best.
Yeah, and then goes for the jump peek into Doppler, but Doppler manages to deal with that well. So a much needed run for GODSENT. They avoid the reset, and that's really the biggest part of it. And they do it also pretty cleanly. Freddy being the one to go down, but you can see the rest of the players on their side having enough money to potentially rebuy if they were to lose this. But considering we're seeing an eco out of AVANGAR, that's very unlikely. So things are looking up for the Swedish side. Again, more focus on that A bomb site for AVANGAR. They haven't really dared to do all that much towards B for the better part of the game. Buster might be able to connect with the lucky Deagle shot in mid eventually. But for right now, it's just going to be a contact play out of Squeaky.
Ooh, careful. Freddy B. If he goes for a wallbang here, he's going to get a lot for it, but instead misses every single shot. Hate to see it. Krisen even going to find the kill. Wow. AVANGAR. They got a lot coming for them in this round, but no utility to lock down the angle that Doppler holds. His Molotov as well strikes, killing Krisen after the damage done by Freddy in the heaven. And GODSENT, they are sending AVANGAR to hell here, 1 by 1, ripping them apart. Only that single kill from Krisen. A wallbang just came through with the AWP as well. So Dima6 down to 39. And another shot through smoke. What is going on?
Did a total of 12. No, did he hit?
That was 2 wallbangs.
Yeah, but he ended up killing him through the wall as well.
Oh
did
my
he just nail 3 shots through the wall with
Can we get a replay of Doppler in that round? That would be amazing.
If we have a POV of Doppler for that round, I want to see it.
Yeah, I think he hit 3 shots through a wall.
As you do, obviously.
Oh my god, that is insane.
That was crazy.
Hopefully we'll have that at the end of the next round, but we'll see.
I love how the first shot does like a lot of damage. The next one does 12.
Yeah, right? How, like, what a waste. What a total waste. Oh dear.
GODSENT's going to be happy though. They get the round, only Freddy dying. So again, money is being saved and stacked up. AVANGAR on there, and they're still going to get the AWP on James. It's been doing a lot of good so far. Utility is a bit lower than what it's usually been though on the side of AVANGAR.
So Doppler got to be very careful though. He's now down on B. You can see him desperately escaping that site, at least the checkers. AVANGAR focused on the mid boost here, but not only is there a man poised on the angle, but there's a man below. We got Brolin close up. Flash over the top, so smoke as well. Brolin maybe needing some assistance here, and Twist is going to try and give a bird's eye view of the situation, check the top side of the box. Dima6 climbing up, Brolin on the edge of the smoke. There's contact made. Twist is going to draw the attention, and Brolin can do some damage if they fall into middle, but they're too scared of that AWP. I don't blame them.
So initially trying to get the pick on B, that doesn't lead to anything. As they move over towards mid, just go man down. So options starting to run low for AVANGAR. They've used a lot of their utility as well. They have 1 smoke and a Molotov to try to get into this B bomb site. They also have Kicker on the opposite side of the map. Maybe he wants to play a bit of a distraction. Maybe force an over-rotation from GODSENT. See what he's going to be able to do. But for right now, Disco Doppler is in a prime position here.
Ooh. He's going to get overrun. Does get a kill before he dies somehow. That was fast. James still has his own AWP, so actually this round is definitely still on. GODSENT with 2 players left up, going to try and rotate, but James attempts to catch the reposition. Brolin's somehow going to get into the vents there, even though he had his knife out. Now it is just Buster. Molotov to play with, and both players low. His best chances at a clutch right here and right now, but they're going to try and force him out with the Molotov. He takes the first shot. Sitting in the corner, he's got the angle. Freddy B going to walk into it, and Buster with a 2K. Saving the round for AVANGAR. And another one forward, 7-4 now, but money, while kind of off on some players like Freddy, is good enough here for GODSENT.
Yeah, no, they're going to be able to buy up. It's only Freddy who's really taken taking economic damage over the last couple of rounds. But that was a bit of a wasted round, wasted opportunity for GODSENT. Kickard being able to do so much damage over towards A there. Not only does he get a kill, but he only managed to, and he also manages to put Freddy B down to 19 HP before he dies. And it also delays the rotation. And it's very, very well done. The initial B defense definitely not being able to do enough in that kind of a situation. Only Doppelin getting 1 kill.
It's a classic win a round and then have a worse buy.
Yeah.
The CZ, the MAC-10.
Ops gone.
Yeah. This is not a good round for AVANGAR in terms of weaponry, and definitely exceeded by that of GODSENT, but they've used a lot of early utility to try and smoke out this A site. Oh, he's going to get wrecked. Kick it with a big shot. And now Doppelin rotating back into position. We've seen him do damage from this spot before, but does he expect the angle? He keeps jiggle peeking left to right. He needs to pick a decision. He needs to pick a target because he's been flashed out, and if only he stuck to his original angle, because Quicket's found his third. Destroying this A site. The rotation is in, but Kickert does not stop. 4 frags on this man, and only 1 left up. That's Hampus, who's been playing in vents the entire game. So Brolin, oh sorry, Buster. Of course he expects it.
It's going to be up to snuff about what's going on. Freddy just not having a good time over on that A bomb site. Just seems to be the guy always taking first contact whenever he's holding over towards that area of the map, and always the first one to go down without necessarily doing any significant damage either. It definitely needs to tighten up if GODSENT wants to salvage this CT half. And they definitely had the opportunity to actually get to a point where they had 6-7 rounds on the CT side and could have been very happy with that. Instead, AVANGAR keep bringing it back.
Again, still pressure on this A site every single round. GODSENT, they've actually rotated a lot of players into position. They're going to push up as well. James not ready for that one. P250 in his hands. They won't be able to do anything really with that, but they've got at least the man advantage. Kicker, again, he's still hitting shots, bursting everyone on this CT side. 2 frags there. Eventually traded. They still hold the double setup up in main. They're going to line up for Crizzen. Easiest 2K of his life.
That doesn't get much better than that. Hampus down to 24 HP and a USP as well, so the likelihood of him doing much of anything is rather low. He might be running into Kristen pretty soon. There you go, spot it out, and easy execution from the in-game leader of AVANGAR. Well, 9 rounds for AVANGAR. They can definitely start feeling happy about how this T side has panned out. It remains to be seen, though, if GODSENT can put up a final fight. I think they could still be okay with 6 rounds on the CT side moving into the second half, but it does feel like they've missed so many opportunities to get just more out of it than what they currently have.
Look at this. Classic rush B round, maybe. With 3 players already outside of the site. Only Doppelin there to stop it. And he does have the orb, but not really known for its ability to get more than 1 kill if they all push him at the exact same time. Demonset catches a rotate in the meantime. James, another entry coming through. That's again happens in the vents. He needs to stop playing there because he keeps getting caught out of that position. I'm sorry, it was actually up in the checkers. No, Brolin's in the vents.
Yeah, he was up and higher.
Oh, okay.
Flash comes out, and they're just far enough away, AVANGAR, to not be affected by it. James going to find the quick pick onto Brolin. Now it's all down to the oppers on the side of GODSENT. Twist is actually going to move out. Might be at the exact wrong timing. He's going to hear nades going in from A main, though. Look at split AVANGAR. Twist can find 1 kill here. He can easily isolate quite a few players.
Ooh, that's a good shot. That's the bomb dropped as well. That will really delay these Ts if they try and get the site under control. And Twist has done it on his own. 2 frags, but the issue is the round's not over. It's a 1v2.
Still
Doppelin. Oh, he knows they're split. He knows that he can get a 1v1 right now. The issue is he's being chased from highway. Look towards the highway. It's James almost finding the angle. And Doppelin has no idea, but it doesn't matter because Kristen's found the kill.
Oof. Kristen actually opting to go for a bit of an alternative route there. James obviously has given information that he's right on the corner. So did expect a bit of a different approach from Kristen, because he puts himself in a position where he can get caught out by Doppelin without having forced Doppelin forward. then James wouldn't be able to do anything at all. But it works out for AVANGAR. They do make it to double figures, and well, the final buy from GODSENT in this half is not going to be a pretty one. 3 UMPs, a Deagle, and an MP9. And whenever they've tried to get aggressive, it hasn't worked out. And these are the kind of weapons that you can't necessarily just hold back on a site and be happy about life. And as you can tell, Brolin, again, this is like 3rd or 4th time he's pushed in aggressively into Sunroom.
Spotted by Krizen's. So AVANGAR with all the real info right now. They have mid under lockdown. They know there's info on B. They can expect a AAA setup because mid is open. They can just wait for the time being. Hampers moves back into the connector, but the smoke is about to fade, so he should have a view in a second or two. Kicker. This is not a fight Hampers wants to take. His Kicker is on fire right now. Good spray control range. He is going to open up once again. A double push towards main, and oh, Buster's going to find it.
Trying to line up.
They're just giving them kills at this point.
Yeah. Molotov's going to fend him off. Twist wins out his duel with Dima, so he's going to upgrade to an AK. He's down to 19 HP though. And AVANGAR, the 4-man squad is moving in towards A here. Twist is actually backing off. He's thinking this might be a B play, which is kind of strange considering the fact that they do have Brolin in such an aggressive position here towards Sunroom. Nonetheless, though, it'll be a golden opportunity for AVANGAR to get some easy picks, a free A bomb site. Well, even though GODSENT know what's about to happen, they probably can't do too much about it.
Plant coming through with just enough time on the clock, a few seconds left. And there it is. That should be pretty much the end of the half. Twist is not going to be able to win this 1v4. That nade going in might just do it, but Kicker wants to take the kill first. 4 rounds for GODSENT on the CT side. Very nice half from AVANGAR. They showed that this is why this is their map pick. They have come into it looking very, very strong.
Yeah, they definitely have. But I am left with the feeling that GODSENT should have been able to get to at least 6 or 7 rounds with the economy issues that AVANGAR eventually ran into. When GODSENT won 3 rounds in a row, that should have been the period of time in the game where GODSENT actually get enough rounds to be content with what they've accomplished on their CT side. Now it's more down to, well, it's more of a, I guess, standard CT side that they end up with, but it's not what they want when they're going up against a team like AVANGAR who are so comfortable on cash.
Let's see if GODSENT can pull it back on the T side. It's a AAA setup for AVANGAR. So this is not going to be an easy round for GODSENT. Burst through the door already. Krisen opening up one from the back of the site. James will join the party as well. 2 headshots on the USP. Demasik is still here, and there's just nothing they can do on the T side. Brolin will find a couple of kills, but he's just getting overwhelmed. Reload is awkward as Buster peaks at the exact same time, and even though Brolin gets the bomb back in his control, he has no idea he's being flanked.
Only shows that James needs to be accurate if he just has to complete the flank. Yeah, Brolin sees the opportunity of that happening as well. Because James down to 2 HP. He's been into the thick of things here. Brolin has all the time in the world really to play with. He's just being extremely patient right now. No movement though from anyone on the map. James knows that with so low HP, he can't really afford to be the aggressor in this kind of a scenario, but it also does put AVANGAR in a bit of an awkward position where they probably would have been better off being stacked up.
Ooh.
Buster.
Oh, that's a whiff.
Moved his way in towards the side and actually gets cut out, but Brolin not able to capitalize, actually just hitting him once in that situation.
Yeesh.
Yeesh.
Tough crowd. 12-4 here. AVANGAR, basically everything is going for them right now. They should have this map under their hands. Unless GODSENT can come back in with either this round or their first rifle round of the half, this game is probably over before you know it.
Yeah, it does really feel like that's the way it's going right now. GODSENT opting to go for the force buy as well, so not trying to save up for a potential op or anything like that in round number 4. We'll see how this all plays out for them, though. They haven't been able to do a whole lot in the other force buys / rounds they've had, and Demasik is keen on making sure that remains the trend. Kicker follows up with that second kill of the round as well before Hampus finds him, but still AVANGAR in control.
Only 2 players left up for GODSENT here. If they can isolate the man in MBK, maybe this can work out, but the flashbang draws the attention from the man at the top, and that is Buster. One from him, James with another. And this is a difference from AVANGAR. It just looks like they're so confident in taking every single duel they can, rather than if we looked at Overpass, they played very, very slow, very scared. But here, it's just like, this is our territory. This is our ground. Like we know every angle. We're fine.
Home turf. I feel
Home
like the
turf,
Buster was pretty much the only one who felt confident on Overpass, taking these aggressive peaks towards water.
Oh, that's just Buster.
On B short, right? But here you can definitely see it, especially on someone like Kikert, right? Never really strays away from any sort of duel. Same thing with James. It's very efficient. Well, speaking of efficiency, Dima getting 4 kills, even one after his death. I think it's going to clean up the final kill onto Doppelin. 14 rounds in the bag for AVANGAR, and they're still going to have a strong buy going into the first buy round. All AKs on the side of GODSENT. No op, as we talked about, because of the initial investment on the forced buy. And they didn't get a bomb plant either. So, for now, this is all they have to go to battle with. Plenty of smokes, at least. 2 Molotovs. So, with that, it should actually be enough to go towards any sort of bomb site you want. Mid-control and then executing later on into bomb site might be a bit more difficult if you want to use Molotovs, but nonetheless, plenty of options for GODSENT, but they do have a bit of an uphill climb.
Oh, this boost could be caught off really badly if we see a flash through main. They are setting up for it, but no. Getting into position is Dima. Disco Doppelin looking to get down through the door. Dima's sick. Oh, if he stood up, he would see the head there, but he's going to drop off instead. Shoots to try and cover his tracks.
Question is if Doppelin and Squeaky heard that anyway.
Oh, they check it. They were really scared of it. No one there. Twist is going to now go, just push right in, take down that Highway player, but Kicker has his back covered. The crossfire from Highway to sight. And still is a man that hasn't even shown his face. He doesn't need to. Kicker's on 2 kills right now. They line up for Hampus, but he's too blind to get the damage done, and Kicker is looking for that final frag to solidify map point. It's only Freddy hidden in main in a near impossible round with how good AVANGAR are looking on cash. Tries to look for something, but no one's biting, no one's peeking. Kristen has an angle held, but it's the flank that we're waiting for. Buster, and there's the timing. Kristen spots it, cleans up, 15-4. Doesn't even feel like GODSENT are awake.
Easy as you like, really. There was only life in GODSENT for the first 8 or so rounds, and after that, things petered out. The chokehold from AVANGAR just putting them to sleep, really. Now you're seeing sawed-off shotguns being brought in. It's just full-on desperation time here. And well, given how any sort of like buy that GODSENT has had so far, it doesn't really give you a lot of confidence that this is going to go the way of the Swedes. Just a little set up towards B. Testing out the smokes and whatnot. They might have to just rely on a bit of a cheeky execute with Molotovs here and explode onto the bomb site. But look at the setup for AVANGAR. They have no players on A, 4 players towards B.
They've read this very, very well. It seemed like that's been half the game. AVANGAR in the right place at the right time, and Buster certainly is here. 2 from him, 2 from James. Hampus can trade with the Deagle, but the game is over. 16-4, as quick as you like it. AVANGAR are just going to rip GODSENT to pieces.
That was quite the manhandling.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. And yeah, like you see, I think the last round there was a perfect picture of how this played out in most of the rounds. Just AVANGAR having the right rotations, the right reads, being at the right place at the right time. Yeah, just a very well played game from start to finish from the Kazakhstani side. GODSENT, on the other hand, definitely had their opportunities on the CT side to make this more of an even fight, but over the course of the entire game, you can't not say that AVANGAR was the best team.
No, I think that would be a very easy statement to believe, to be honest, right now. And these are the kind of maps that make me glad we don't have an analyst desk, because like there's nothing you can do to talk about that one. That is literally just AVANGAR reading everything perfectly, and GODSENT just not even waking up.
Yeah, not even waking up. But you'd hope that that was just them going into hibernation for one map. They did play pretty well on Overpass. And Mirage going into next game. We talked about it this is to start as DeVito popped up, right? Mirage, if we get to a 3rd map, super comfortable for both sides. I think it's the most played map for both of these teams as well. So at that point, I think we get, it's kind of the final destination equivalent for, those who are into fighting games. But it's the perfect battleground for a 3rd map, really, between these 2 teams.
Oh, I kind of want to lean towards GODSENT after the first, like, whoa,
After overpass?
pre-game I wanted to lean towards GODSENT, but now I'm questioning it because AVANGAR just looks so good on that map that I don't know how GODSENT are going to feel mentally coming into this final one, right? Like, are they going to reset? They can reset and get over it and like be like, well, you know, whatever. We can move on. We can win that third map. That's fine. If that tilts them, then AVANGAR could seriously have a game on their hands.
That's very possible, but you'd have to hope that they can rather focus on what they did right in overpass rather than what went wrong on cash. Again, it's not their map pick. That's pretty much the way you have to look at it. We're not meant to win that map in a sense. So hopefully GODSENT get into the right track going into Mirage, because I want to see a close finisher for this one.
No more stomps, please. Let's have a long game. Maybe quadruple overtime. Go full Renegades Gambit. You know, that'd be a lot of fun. Maybe we will have a longer game. Hopefully, we'll have a longer game. But join us after a very short break.